amount. Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. I'll keep answering some of your guys' questions. Oh, we got a from Yevis Lacombe saying shout out to his buddy Pete at Firefly Mission Control. Good luck. That is awesome. So cool. I mean, I love that. Hopefully Pete's in there on camera. That's so cool. Ricky, I don't know if these emojis will show up on air, but there's a bunch of pumpkins. Why do they launch between 12 and 2? I think the biggest thing is, they have to work with the range here to be able to, clear the airspace, clear the ground. And I think with the demonstration, with a test flight like this, it's easy to get, I'll say easy in quotes. It is relatively easy to be able to get a launch opportunity in the middle of the night, basically, from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. here local. There's just not a lot of air traffic. It's just easier for them to clear that out. So I think that's probably one of the biggest considerations, is just simply range availability. Is there other conflicts with other launches? Are there conflicts with, spacecraft and all that stuff? They have to take all that stuff into consideration, and I guess it's just relatively a nice, easy time to do it. So let's see. This is a good question from Space Cowboy. I'm not entirely sure. It's likely... if I remember right, I actually think their old CEO, Tom Marcusic, we did see the payload. I did an interview with him last year at their Briggs site outside of Austin, Texas. I'm pretty sure it's carbon composite and then aluminum honeycomb, like a little layer of like kind of almost like a grid of aluminum in between layers of carbon composite. I don't recall for sure, though. That is very common for payload fairings to do something like that because it's extremely maintains good rigidity and extremely lightweight. But I can't recall off the top of my head if that's exactly what they use, but it's likely some form of carbon composite if not. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and answer this one again, Kevin. I did answer it on air. Hopefully you didn't hear it, but I just wanted to address what happened when the previous attempt, when the engine started, and then it all shut down. So it was an automatic abort that was triggered by one of the engines. So one of the engines had a sensor that didn't exactly love what it was seeing, and then the computer's smart enough to go, all right, boop, and safely shuts all the engines down and gets the rocket into a safe configuration. So that's something that's, again, a testament to, the safety protocols and all the built-in features. And again, modern rockets like this just have computers up the wazoo that can handle all of these layers of sensors and data streams coming through like crazy. So it's amazing that they can fire up the engines and have them shut down and everything maintained safe. Because here we are just 24 hours later, and they got a fully fueled rocket looking good and looking like it's ready to go for launch. So testament to the engineering and the software that was able to make it so there wasn't an issue and that they're able to proceed today. So very, very cool. All right, so let's see here. Thank you very much from Bob the Turtle. I appreciate that. 19 months of membership. Very much appreciate that. This is awesome from Gabe. Fun little... my name's actually Tim. But I thank you. This is from an employee being there. They are a proud bunch, as they should be. Honestly, the just out here talking with the teams, I've got to know a handful of the engineers and the people actually building these rockets. It's pretty amazing. And honestly, the culture of the company's very relaxed, and it's just fun to see how people work, and seeing people just literally like problem solve on the fly. Especially for us, we had to work a lot with the networking team and the teams, Jeffrey and his team, and all the people in the tech helping us be able to actually set up this live stream. And the solutions are just like, boundless. Just cool, I got something, and they just like show up 3 minutes later with the solution. I just love working with people like that. So, yeah, big shout out to everyone at Firefly and the teams at Firefly for just allowing all this stuff to happen and allowing us to be here. It really, really means a lot. So, yeah, and I should mention again, Firefly doesn't ask me to say this, but I feel like it's just kind of the right thing to do. I would definitely recommend going to their website, firefly.com, and look at their careers page as well, or look at their, if you are looking for a job, I think it's they're an awesome company to work for. If you happen to live near Austin or want to live near Austin or be out here in Lompoc. There's definitely a great group of people out here. This is their website, though. It's not Everyday Astronaut. This is Firefly.com. I did want to point this out. This is an awesome little bit on their Alpha rocket. And you can click here. You can actually see some of the inside of this vehicle. It is fun to remember that their second stage engine is still turbopump fed. The first stage runs on 4 Reavers. The upper stage of this is a Lightning engine, which is basically like a smaller version of the Reaver. So it's still that utilizes that tap-off cycle, which is something that has never been flown on an orbital rocket. So Firefly was the first to attempt it last year, and hopefully tonight they might be the first ones to put a tap-off cycle powered rocket, there we go, into orbit. Something that I am a big fan of. This is one of those engine cycle types I'm like, why isn't this more common? I just think it's such a cool idea. So if you have questions about that, be sure and watch my video, How Do You Power a Rocket Engine? We go through all the cycle types, from pressure-fed to open cycle to closed cycle. Yeah. And just a fun little reminder here, guys, we're coming up on the terminal count go, no-go poll here in about a minute. Once we get the okay and we start hearing it in comms, we'll be able to bring it up for you guys so you guys can hear the actual go, no-go poll here very shortly. So... let's see. This is I'll answer one more. Well, I better order a quick one. Let's see here. This is very true here, James. The engine cam will be crispy afterwards. Question mark. Answer. Yes. Yes, it will. I think the teams last night had to even kind of clean up that camera. It's in a housing. You can tell now it's nice and shiny, looking good. But after the engine ignition, if I remember it, there's actually a decent amount of, like, I don't know about pitting per se, but even some soot and things like that, some of the exhaust residue on the lens, and they cleaned it up this morning. So, all right, here we go for the terminal count, the go, no-go poll.
The countdown net with a ready report for terminal count. RC.
Go.
FSW.
Go.
GSW.
Go.
GNC.
Go.
Prop 1.
Go.
Fluids 1.
Go.
Structures.
Go.
AVI.
Go.
FTS.
Go.
GC.
Go.
VC.
Go.
PMM.
Go.
MA.
Go.
Mythco.
Go.
ROC.
Go.
FISPO.
Go.
OSIM. LWO. CE.
Go.
LD.
Go.
We are go for terminal count. Circling back 12.10.
Yes.
VC, please confirm
Did you hear that? You got that, Ryan.
auto engage auto sequence is completed.
Wow. All right. You guys heard it there. We'll be able to bring back the mission control audio here shortly in about 9 minutes or so. Around T-minus 10 minutes, we'll be able to bring you guys back that audio. But for now, as you heard over the nets, we are go for launch. Yes, that is awesome. Launch Director Megan Roth giving us the go for launch. This is great news, guys. We are coming up on T-minus 18 minutes, 45 seconds. Ryan, how you feeling? Sweet. We got a good from Ryan. We got a good from Ryan. We got a good from me. Ryan, give a wave to the camera. You can see us out here. Then, of course, we have Allie and Colin inside of Luna there helping, not helping, running the show. They are 100% running the show. So, yeah, we are ready, guys. I feel, yeah, let's get back to that rocket because we are coming up here. So, I'm feeling good. All right, let's keep answering some questions here. This is great news from Scott Manley. We do have confirmation even from Scott Manley on he concurs that in his opinion the pointy end is up and the flamey end is down. That is great. That was quick punching. Pointy end up and flamey end down. Great news. Thank you so much, Scott, for concurring. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated. So this is a good question here from Curtis. Was it ever considered to add more payload weight to get closer to what Alpha is capable of, similar to how SpaceX put payload simulators on Starship tests? So the thing is, you really, for your first go, when this is a demonstration mission, this is just simply a test flight, you really don't want to push your vehicle to the limits. It's nice to have some margin of error. Let's say, during a certain portion, they might even be able to shut down one of the 4 engines later on in the first stage burn and actually still get to their, target destination and get into orbit. Or the second stage maybe could underperform slightly if you have a lot of margin. So for your first mission, you really just take it easy. Don't push it to the limits yet. Just take it easy and then slowly ramp into that. Validate your systems. For now, again, today, the teams are really just simply hoping to check off a few of those items that are just unknown, that you just really can't test on the ground. That is today's objective. Of course, they're trying to get to orbit. That would be monumental. It would make them on a very, very short list of private companies that will have achieved orbit with a rocket, with an entirely self-funded or privately funded liquid-fueled rocket. It's a very short list. So, that would be amazing if they reach orbit tonight. Checking away at some of that checklist. If they get to stage separation, that'd be amazing. If they get second stage engine ignition, that'd be amazing. Payload fairing separation, that'd be awesome. If they get even to their initial parking orbit of 185 by 300, it's it's an elliptical orbit at first. That would be huge. That would be like, I would break out the champagne for that personally. And then if they get to their 3, they have to actually do an engine relight. They're trying to do an engine relight just to demonstrate as much of the vehicle as they can on this second try ever. So if they actually were to circularize their orbit at a 300 by 300 as they're targeting, that would be 2 bottles of champagne, not for me, but just 2 bottles, for all of us, I guess. I don't know. That would be incredible. That would definitely be like the ultimate. So, our fingers are crossed here for the teams. I'm feeling really good about this rocket, though, and there's a friendly reminder to those of you in chat, we're here as Team Space just to cheer for this company. We're absolutely honored to be here and to be able to witness this in person and then to be able to share it with you guys at this kind of quality. Huge honor for us. So just keep that in mind to just keep a positive attitude. The teams see all this. They read this stuff, so just send them well wishes and good luck. And, we're actually here to hopefully witness history. This I'm cheering not only for the rocket, I'm cheering for the tap-off cycle because it's time. It is time for that. Let's see here. This is from Alexander Ash. Awesome. About to get your Falcon Models Founders Edition. Literally every launch you've done in Luna Van has been a scrub, so let's have a go for today. We're well aware. The funniest thing is I'm trying to make a second video about about what's going on with Luna, you know, because we did the first part video about the build of Luna, and then it's like, all right, part 2 will be, you know, using Luna to see a rocket launch, and so far we have had pretty bad luck between weather, you know, out there at Artemis, SLS. We kind of, unfortunately, for a couple days, kind of just watched a rocket leak a couple times, but you know, new rockets like this, it should be expected. We were chasing some pretty breaking edge, you know, brand new rockets that have never, you know, this is the second flight of this rocket. And as we mentioned, this one has really not been, you know, they haven't had to do much testing because it's just gone so smoothly compared to their first rocket. The teams told me that they had fueled the first one up 18 times before they were able to get engine ignition out at Briggs. All 4 engines to ignite and do their first like static fire engine ignition with their first rocket. And this one, they said that happened on the first try. So this is just a lot fresher rocket. I feel like it's just in a good place. I just really hope the stars all align tonight and we get it going. So it's going to be awesome. Let's see. This is from Kev B. Do you have general tips for an average person who wants to fly somewhere and watch a rocket launch in person? I think my biggest advice would definitely be targeting Florida. I think Florida would be the place to go. Vandenberg has a handful out here, but there's 2. Well, first off, it doesn't fly as often as Florida, and when it does, like tonight, there's always a chance it's going to be pretty foggy out here. There's a reason that they built a top secret at the time, you know, as an Air Force base with a handful of ICBMs, because there's a lot of fog here, and it was easy to obscure a lot of the activities here from satellites. So this is generally quite a foggy area. It's not as easy to catch a rocket launch with clear line of sight and clear weather. You can kind of see the condensation and the dew and the drips there on our camera lenses as well. It's just, that's normal for Vandenberg. But Florida, on the other hand, they're launching like at least once a week in Florida, it feels like these days. It's ridiculous. If you go to Florida, hang out for a solid week, real good chance you're going to catch a launch, you know, especially these days, like something routine like a Falcon 9 launching Starlink. Yeah, playing around it. Make sure my biggest tip for any rocket lover, if you're trying to go see a rocket, and let's see you have a week of time, then you know, that start your vacation basically with the rocket launch at the very beginning of it. Don't try to book it where you're out in Florida for a whole week. You go to Disneyland or the World, and you do all these things, and then you hope to catch the rocket. You want to plan for it. So it's better to be, you know, having it so you have the opportunity to catch it, you know, if you're there for a full week or something. That's my advice. I am working at some point. We actually probably need to reshoot a handful of it, Ryan, the tour of Starbase, because we based a lot of it on, what's that one road called? Remedios? And that is that officially closed, or it's coming up on being closed? Yeah, so we did a little tour of how to visit Starbase, Texas, and we talk about how you can just stand right here, and we're just hanging out on Remedios Road, but that's in the process of being closed down. So, yeah. Here's from Scott Manley saying Lompoc. I don't know. I hear a lot of people say Lompoc, but definitely poke, not pock. I don't hear pock. Let's see here. This is really cool to see. This is from DJ Red Rover saying, I must say it's because of myself and Scott Manley that you're starting a new position as an avionics engineer really soon. Thank you both for making me fall in love with space and rockets. That's so cool. I mean, that's the thing out here. The teams that I talked to, so many people just recently in the last couple, 2, 3, 4 years, started paying attention to spaceflight and got interested. Now they're working on putting a rocket into space. Like, that is actually a thing you can do. You know, if you're interested in this stuff, pursue a degree in aerospace engineering, or these days, especially if you are someone that tinkers. I mean, you know, go if you get a degree in, you know, or have experience working on, you know, on jetliners or airplanes or cars. You know, a lot of people come from the auto industry that are, you know, a lot of the machining and a lot of the things are similar there. So, yeah, if you're interested in this stuff and you have a skill like that, you have a trade, definitely check out the careers page, especially, like, you know, like I said, on Firefly, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit, biased. I'm quite a big fan of their transparency and the fact that they're allowing us to be here right now. Like, that's huge. So I'm pretty big fan of them. But, yeah, definitely poke around. There's people are hiring like crazy. It's definitely like the new industry. So the cool thing is we are actually able to pull up, I believe, audio again from Mission Control, and hopefully we'll hear the next T-minus 10 minutes going in here. So I'll keep answering another question from Alex Kaplan. At some point, I got to get you guys, I should have probably pre-pulled it up, but everydayastronaut.com, they're just on YouTube search how to, don't do it right now because we're only 9 minutes away from seeing this baby hopefully fly tonight. But go ahead and search how to power a rocket engine. I have a whole video about the different power cycle types. This is the tap-off combustion cycle, and no orbital rocket has utilized it successfully to get to space. Oh. Okay, I missed what that one said. Awesome, this is all good. Let's keep going here.
T-minus 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right, just giving the call outs. I'm probably going to be a little more quiet in the last T-minus 10 minutes.
T-minus 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Fuel pre-press will begin shortly.
So fuel pre-press, that basically means they're getting ready to pressurize the fuel and the oxidizer tanks to flight pressures. So they'll basically just use helium that are stored in separate bottles inside the rocket. They'll release some of it that's stored in really high pressure, release it, and that actually will pressurize the tanks up to flight
Prop
pressures.
alarm.
In work.
T-minus 8 minutes.
Quick shout out to Elaine and Jake Crafton for becoming members. Thank you so much, guys. That really, really means a lot.
T-minus 7:30.
Just got confirmation here that we have our cameras rolling at the pad, recording in high speed. We've got all of the cameras that you see are recording in 4K 60. And then Ryan has a handful of other cameras recording in even higher frame rates. So hopefully, this shot's going to be one that I can't wait to see. The shot we're on right now, you can kind of see the yellow railing that goes across on the lower section.
7 minutes. We will have S2 TVC wiggles.
So right now they're actually doing the TVC wiggle test. They're actually allowing the engine inside the second stage. This is the first stage engines.
TVC, please confirm. No warnings.
No warnings. Stage 2 wiggle test.
Sweet. So the engines can wiggle. Stage 2 right now, they're testing its TVC. It's a dual-axis TVC, so it can actually wiggle in both directions. They do a little test while it's inside the inner stage. While it's stacked on the rocket, they just kind of wiggle it to make sure it's good to go. And it sounds like it's...
6:30. FSW, please start a Wireshark capture on the umbilical port PCAP server.
Complete.
Thank you.
No idea what that one is, but it's complete.
Alpha switching to internal power.
Yeah, and now that prop load is complete, we're actually going to be able to switch that out here on our screen because they are officially loaded.
6 minutes.
There we go. Prop load complete. Things are looking good. Let's see here. This is a good question from Mackie. Do they have cameras on the rocket? Yes. We're not sure how much downlink they'll have. It's a relatively low bit rate.
Alarms are opening.
But we're hoping that we'll be able to show you guys something of
Alarms
stage
are
2.
open.
So you can see now the
5:30 strong back retract is beginning.
The strong back is beginning to retract. You can see that's what it was holding onto the rocket. And there it is, reclining ever so slightly.
CEP, please begin dispositioning LCC gates for the T-minus 2 minute check. Any no-go at T-minus 2 minutes will be an automatic abort.
That's awesome. That's a great shot.
What it was 5 minutes. Strongback is secured in its launch position.
Oh, it's getting exciting. So I was saying in this shot, you can see the yellow railing. Below that, there's some concrete, and that's actually a giant pit. That's actually, that's this, the flame trench.
Yes.
So yes,
please run A2S VHR cycle.
we
I'll be
do
running A2S VHR cycle.
we do have flame trench cam.
T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds. RC, please pull the western range for concurrence of the T-minus 2 minute check.
In work. Will you please confirm we want to close this VHR following the cycle? Correct. Copy.
We will leave it closed.
Copy. Closing A2S VHR. GC disable the pump. Copy. Pumps off. Copy. CD1 fluids, you want us to vent the QD for stage 2?
T-minus, I need to
Copy.
do a FTS checks, please.
GC, please cycle
T-minus.
HV 212, 213. Closed. Copy.
T-minus 4 minutes. FTS confirm FTRs are active and range is transmitting. Check channel 4.
FTRs are showing. Check channel.
Good closure.
FTS, please send ARM Enable 1 command to all ESADs.
ARM Enable 1 sent.
FTS, please send ARM Enable 2 command to all ESADs.
ARM Enable 2 sent.
FTS, confirm when all ESADs are enabled.
All ESADs are armed.
FTS, safe all ARM commands.
ARM commands removed. Fly safe.
So flight termination system
T-minus
is
330.
armed. They're looking to go, my friends. Yes. Look at all that. It is looking good, my friends.
At T-minus 3 minutes, fuel bleed is starting. Prop, please confirm.
This is prop visual confirmation of fuel bleed.
Thanks. There will be a go, no-go at T-minus 2 minutes. Any no-go at this time will be an automatic abort. VC, if there's a no-go, please abort the auto.
Copy.
T-minus 230.
So guys, remember, within 2 minutes, if there is any hold or any reason to abort, it does automatically abort, and they would reset. But again, they have a 2-hour launch window here tonight, so...
T-minus 2 minutes. CE perform final LCC. This is the final commit for launch. Chief Engineer.
Alpha is ready. Send it.
Launch Director.
Go for launch.
Rock.
Rock. Range green.
Range green.
We are go for launch.
There you hear it. They are go for launch. Launch Director Megan Roth confirming go for launch. All right, guys. I think it's time that
T-minus 1
I
minute and 30
stand up
seconds.
here and take a look. Yep, we are T-minus 1 minute, 22 seconds. Ryan's going to confirm everything is good to go. Oh, man. Luna, how's Team Luna doing? All right, T-minus 1 minute coming up here.
Box terminal prepress is starting. T-minus 1 minute.
One last final reminder here, everyone. This is a test flight. This is a demonstration mission of this rocket, so wish the teams the
T-minus
best
50
of luck.
seconds.
Fingers crossed, just keep a positive attitude and cheer this thing into space. Let's see the world's first orbital tap-off cycle-powered, largest carbon composite
T-minus 40
liquid-fueled
seconds.
rocket.
It remains acceptable.
Vehicles in terminal count state.
Copy, vehicles transition to autonomous mode. T-minus 20 seconds.
Here we go, guys.
T-minus 10 seconds. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's off the pad. We have nothing on tracking yet. There it is. Force got it. Oh, get ready. We're going to hear it here soon. I don't think we're going to see anything here tonight. Unfortunately, it's just too foggy, but Force got it. Oh, I hear it now. Oh man, unfortunately, it's just simply too foggy here to see anything. But we hear it very faintly. We hear it. But so far, everything is looking great on that tracking cam. We're at max Q. Yes. Oh, baby, look at that. It's looking beautiful. Oh, I can still hear it. Yes, Firefly, good job, guys. This is awesome. Very faint rumble here in Vandenberg as the vehicle continues to ascend. All things looking good. We're coming up on the end of the first stage burn. So the next milestone we're going to be looking for is going to be MECO. So main engine cutoff. All 4 of those reavers are hopefully going to be shutting down here just in a couple seconds here. And then it'll be a stage separation and second stage engine ignition with that lightning engine. I told you guys, it's October. Launchtober, baby. This is awesome. This is great for the teams. Look at that thing just flying fantastic. You can actually see the plume expanding because of the vacuum of space. Makes it so there's the exhaust plume just has no air compressing against it. So we're coming up here. Oh, there is MECO. Main engine cutoff. That looks like second stage ignition. You can even see the booster getting pushed back from the second stage. That looks good. I don't know if we have an onboard. We do have an onboard camera. Yes, that is good. Yes, and that is Los Angeles down there in the right and the coast of California. Look at that lightning engine firing in space. Tap off power, baby. This is some history right here. Oh my gosh, that is fantastic. Tracking cameras out here with the 30th doing fantastic work. Oh man, this is just wonderful. The next thing we're going to be seeing hopefully is fairing separation. And that might have been what we just saw. You can see the 2 fairing halves on our screen right there. That looks like, to me, hopefully good payload fairing separation. That is just awesome. Sorry that the downlink here might not be fantastic. As we mentioned, they are working with quite a limited, but there, that tracking shot is sure showing us something. Okay, I'm going to sit down here. This is awesome. This is great, great, great work from the teams. This is huge. Again, their milestones. I mean, they're checking stuff off that list that they wanted to see. And boy, oh boy, are they seeing it right now. This is absolutely fantastic. This just brings me so much joy to see. I mean, this is not easy. I can't wait to see our high speed of this stuff, Ryan. This is going to be fantastic. This is some history here. Man, remember, if you are along in California, if you're in Los Angeles, if you're in somewhere where it's not foggy, it's too foggy for us here. But if you're out there in California, look west. Decent chance you'll actually see it. You know, this is a kerosene engine. This is RP1 Keralox. It actually burns quite bright. Decent chance you'd actually see it flying tonight. I'm excited to see. Scott Manley mentioned that from San Francisco, he was seeing clear skies up there. He's able to actually capture some of that stuff. When rockets launch out here from the West Coast, everything's still looking good. I don't know if we're able to play mission control, but I am curious if we have any updates. It's instead of just me looking at the screen going, things are still happening, but that is the status on my end. I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and it looks like a fantastic second stage burn with that Lightning engine. That is just awesome. And remember, of course, getting into orbit isn't just about going up. If you go up, you're going to just come right back down. If you want to go to space, you go up. You can you can cross the Kármán line at 100 kilometers in altitude, and you're just going to come right back down. But in order to stay in space, you really have to get that velocity up high enough. Imagine shooting like a cannonball. If you shoot it, even a high-powered rifle, it's going to eventually come in contact with the ground. Not only is it getting slowed down by the atmosphere.
T+6 minutes.
T+6 minutes. Yep, callouts are still good. Oh, baby, this is just awesome. Oh, man. So I realized we lost our audio probably because we did lose the camera. I mean, we might have lost it, but, it might have got unplugged or something. Oh, sorry. I'm just giddy right now. This is fantastic. Right at the top of the window, too. Right, 1201. This is awesome. This is awesome. Again, I'm already just huge congratulations to the teams here at Firefly. This is absolutely incredible. It's so fun to be here and actually able to help capture history and share it with you
TRS
guys.
LOS expected in 60 seconds. Hawaii AUS expected after a 2-minute loss of telemetry between stations.
So that's because this rocket is flying away from ground stations. It's flying relative to
7 minutes.
137 degree inclination. They are expecting to lose telemetry with the rocket for a brief period of time. So they're coming up on that period where they're expecting to lose telemetry for a little bit here. And then hopefully they'll pick it back up in 2 minutes with a Hawaii ground tracking station. So that is expected